as I was invited to a wedding ceremony of my childhood friend. She had immigrated to US a long time back, and I joined in later. I had never been to a US wedding, so I didn't know what to expect. And she was my childhood friend, so I had to go. At dinner, I was standing with her, next to her, and she said, Sushana, will you present a toast? A toast? I said, what is a toast? I don't know. In our custom, we don't have anything like a toast, you know that. And those were the most embarrassing, silent 2 minutes of my life. Luckily, to my rescue, Ria, the bride, she came and she shared a very sweet childhood memories in which she and I were taken to the principal's office. What do you think that was? That was a moment of impromptu speaking that I failed, wasn't it? So what is impromptu speaking? Can anybody tell me? Loudly, so that I can hear? What?
Not prepared.
Not prepared. Unexpected. Do you think it's hard?
Yes.
Very hard. You guys are too generous just calling it hard. It's very hard. Is it stressful? It is. To me, it was very stressful. But with practice, by using the right framework, I was able to get a hold of it, of how to speak in front of an audience. Can anybody tell me what are the various situations in which we get to do impromptu speaking?
I can, but I won't back up.
Can you repeat the question?
In what situations do you get to do impromptu speaking?
At a birthday party?
At a birthday party, any social event. Social event is one. What else? It's unexpected. You don't know what somebody's going to ask you. So what is that? When do you do that?
Assemblies? Word assemblies?
Yes, that's part of speech. Yes, word similes. But tell me the situation. How about an interview? Do you know what the interviewer is going to ask you? No. Interviews. What else? In class meetings, our interaction. Do you know what I'm going to ask you next?
Nope.
Tell me about how was your day yesterday? What did you do?
I said it was good day. I didn't do much. Work, doing schoolwork, and that was it. And went to bed around like 12, and continued my day again.
That's great. What's your name?
Anaya.
Anaya. Big hand for Anaya, please. Good job. So that's impromptu speaking. That's what we do in our life every day. But there are basic framework. If you use them, it's going to come really easy. Your thoughts will get organized. Isn't your speech all about organizing?
Yes. Yes.
You know, okay, I need to talk about this, but how do I organize it? Imagine you're at an interview. Soon all of you will be applying for a job, this summer internship or summer job, and you'll be giving interviews. 1, 2. So, at a business meeting, you are there, excuse me, giving an interview, and your interviewer asks you, tell me about a situation in which you had to deal with pressure. How did you handle that situation? Summer, you're there for an interview, and I ask you, tell me an instant where you had to manage pressure. School. Okay. What? Okay. Yes, you have to where you had to learn how to speak up. So that was it. What I do at interviews is I use a STAR approach. STAR. Situation. I listen to the question and then I say, okay, let me think of an example. Situation, task, action, and result. The interviewer asked me, I went for an interview for an event organizer job. So he asked me, okay, tell me a situation of a recent event that you organized. I had to organize an international speech and paper topics contest for my Toastmasters club. That was the situation. My task was to get members excited about international speech contest. My task was to encourage them to participate at the contest. As the Vice President of Education, my task was also to make sure that the meeting ran smoothly. I had to make sure that I had enough judges to evaluate the contestants. That was my task. Action. I called, texted, and emailed each member to gauge their interest. If some were on the fence, I asked them what I could do to encourage them to help them prepare for the role. I went through the manuals to see what were the requirements to organize an event. I had them all printed out, and I gave it to each participant so that they were clear of their roles. And I made sure that everybody was on time by calling them and by reminding them. That was the action I took. Result? The contest was a success. We had two winners. You're seeing one of them, Mr. Dan Gershon. He'll be participating at the International Speech Contest. And the judges were really impressed by our organization. Now, the question for you is, I'm your interviewer, and the question for you is, tell me about a time. You're going to interview for a teleposition. Tell me about a time when you had a difficult customer. Okay, situation. Your group is going to tell me the situation. The question is, tell me about a time when you had a difficult customer.
Okay.
Anybody? Yes.
A difficult customer?
Difficult customer. You are interviewing for the job of a teller at Target. Tell me about a time when you had a difficult customer.
This lady, she's being really rude. She needed
No laughing, please. If somebody is taking an initiative, you should be motivated by what she is doing and not laughing at her. Please continue.
She didn't know where the pajamas aisles was, and she was asking me where it was, but I was trying to tell her, but she didn't speak English, so it made the situation more. It made the situation more difficult for me to communicate with her because she didn't speak English. So I had to find somebody that spoke Spanish in order for me to complete the task.
Good job. That was the situation she had. Your group, you are in the same situation what she said. Going from there, what was the task at hand? What did you have to? What you should have done? Everybody, anybody can speak up. Not one person. Everybody, pitch in. She had a difficult time at Target. There was a lady who was rude. She didn't speak English. She was Spanish. And she was being rude. Now what? Going by that approach, STAR approach, we have a situation here. What's the task? Task is something that you should do. What did you have? What? Okay, find somebody who speaks Spanish. So that's the task. Action. What action did you guys take?
Ignore her.
Ignore her. Okay. What else? Walk away. She's your customer. Remember that. You're working for Target and she's your
You can
customer.
just let her talk by herself.
Just show her where they're at. Like, take her to the place.
You're
working there.
So you call somebody who speaks Spanish. Call somebody who speaks Spanish. Maybe your manager speaks Spanish. So that was the action that you took. So when you call somebody who spoke Spanish, they explained to her and they talked together. What happened? What do you think was the result? Anything from this table? What do you think was the result? Action was that they called the manager who spoke Spanish to talk to her.
She was able to find whatever she needed.
Exactly. That's what it is. So all of you use this approach. S, situation, task, action, and result. When you go for an interview and you have any question, think of this framework. It's going to help you organize your thoughts. Social settings. You're at a wedding and you have to talk. What do? You have a wedding and you meet certain people, they are talking, you want to pitch in, you want to start a conversation. How do you do that? You say hi. Yes. They're discussing about something and you want to be there. Well, what do? Did you start talking about the same thing?
Yeah.
Yes. So what is the best way to do that? The best way to do that is to tell a story. If you tell a story, people relate to stories. I want each of yours attention here, and I don't want any giggling, please. Thank you. I'm going to give you a couple of questions here, and then you're going to speak, tell me, a story related to that question. Pick one up. You already did. Somebody else. Thank you.
Where would you choose to live if you had to leave this country?
Okay. The question is, where would you choose to live if you have to leave this country? Yeah.
That way you get more comfortable.
Tell a story. Remember the framework. You have to tell a story. It could be fictional, anything that's on your mind, tell a story. Start with the story.
If I had to leave this country, I'll go to Jamaica because my uncle got married there last summer and we stayed for 2 months and then we just had a great time there and then we left.
Oh, okay. What did you do there? Now, we're in a conversation. What did you do there? What is stuff to do in Jamaica? I'm thinking of taking a vacation there.
No, my uncle got married, so we did, for the first week, we did the wedding preparing, just sightseeing, and then the next week was his wedding. Then the week after that, we just did more sightseeing, more activities as a big family. And then the last day, we all got together and ate dinner, and we left.
My friend is getting married. Do you think Jamaica is a place to go there? Would you recommend it? Good job. So see,